What it do, what it do, what it do. Welcome to the T True Podcast with your boy Justin J. Will, whatever you want to call me. Hope everybody's doing well on this Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, whenever you may be listening to this, whatever day you may be listening to this. I appreciate you for dropping in, checking in on your boy, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me. So I appreciate it, man. So hope you guys doing well. Hope you had a good weekend, all that good stuff. All re-energized, recharged, well rested for the work week, vacation week, rest week, whatever it may be for you. I just thank you for dropping in and starting your day off, finishing your day off with the Cheat Truth, man. Whatever situation applies to you, man. So I'm doing okay. I'm alive. I'm breathing. Nothing else really to be said there. Today I'm going to keep it short and sweet. And the topic is Saquon Barkley. So your boy Saquon Barkley just got paid, you know what I'm saying? Rookie running back out of Penn State for the New York Giants. Just signed a contract for $30 million. 4 years, $30 million. $15 million to be paid out immediately. So Saquon got paid, man. He got paid. So if you guys have been following the podcast, you guys know how I felt about the number 2 pick for the Giants. Now, I was on the side of, trade the pick, trade down, because, well, let me put it like this. You can trade down, or you can pick somebody else, but don't pick a running back, because the draft was full of running backs. I mean, this past draft was just chock full of running backs. I mean, you got Saquon Barkley, you got Sony Michel, Darius Geis, Rashad Penny, Nick Chubb, my guy, Royce Freeman. I mean, you just had a lot of running backs. Ronald Jones from USC. I mean, it was a deep, deep running back draft. So I was of the mindset that you should trade down, because why not? I mean, just trade down. You want a good running back, you'll be able to get one. You could get a Nick Chubb in the second round, get you a really good running back, and get you a slew of picks, because somebody would have traded up, probably would have gave him a king's ransom for that number 2 pick, and you could have addressed other positions or whatever, offensive line, linebacker, wherever. You know, you could have gained some depth at other positions, but that's just me. You know, that's why I'm here talking to you guys, and I'm not a GM. So they made their decision. They selected Saquon Barkley. Now, first of all, I'm happy the young man is getting paid, and this will bring about some conflict for teams and the running backs coming up, because you got Ty Gurley, you got Ezekiel Elliott coming down the pike. I know Le'Veon Bell. We talked about Le'Veon Bell and what's going on with him and his contract, and he'll probably be out of Pittsburgh after this season. So you got Le'Veon Bell coming down the pike. Eventually, you'll have Leonard Fournette. So we'll see what happens, man. It's going to put teams in a bind, you know, because they don't want to pay running backs a lot of money to begin with. And, you know, I'm not too mad at them for that, because the position is so expendable. I mean, you can find good running backs late in the draft, but whatever. I want the young brothers to get paid. So I'm kind of on the side of the running backs, to be honest. I'm pretty much always side with the players. You know, I'm not gonna feel sorry for billionaires. I'm just not. So yeah, man, that's gonna bring about some decisions. Some tough decisions are gonna have to be made by some teams later down the line. But Saquon Barkley, you know, getting paid or whatever, rookie contract. So first of all, let me say this, man. I'm not a Saquon Barkley hater at all. I liked him at Penn State. I believe that he will be good in the NFL. I think that he will be good. Now, during the draft, before the draft, during the collegiate football season, even now, a lot of people have been saying about Saquon Barkley that he is a once-in-a-lifetime, he's a generational talent. Man. And he is hella talented. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Saquon Barkley is really good. He was really good in college. Point blank, period. I'll never take that away from him. Never take that away from him. I mean, his last year at Penn State, I'm looking at the stats right here. He finished, 1,271 yards, 18 touchdowns, 54 receptions, 632 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's including the bowl game against Washington, where he had, 18 carries for 137 yards. He had that really big run. I think it was over 80-some yards. So there's no doubt that Saquon is a very, very talented individual. I'm not going to take that away from him. I mean, you see him all over Instagram, Bleacher Report, him and Todd Gurley working out, workout warrior. I mean, the guy freaking calves. His calves are just man, I mean, seriously, you do not want to get kicked by him. Okay, because he gonna knock you out. I'm talking about Shawn Michaels super kick type of knockout. Okay, you do not want to get kicked by that dude. For real. You look at his legs, man. I mean, he is built. Saquon Barkley is built, man. He is built for the game of football. Straight up and down. So I'm not going to take that away from him. I don't want to sound like a hater. I mean, I tweeted this out. I had a couple responses. I think I may have made a couple Giants fans mad. But it is what it is. This is the cheap truth. I pride myself on saying what the hell I want to say and thinking differently than everybody else. And it's not just because I want to. It's not like I'm trolling or anything like that. That's just the way I've always been. I look at things differently than everybody else. That's just how I've always been. That's just how I've been. Hey, everybody else is going to go to college and major in social studies or nursing. And here's Justin saying, yeah, I'm a major in computer science. Everybody else, I'm about to go to school in state. Here's me. I'm about to go to school out of state. I'm about to go to the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. What? That's just how I've always been, man. I just look at things differently. I don't go with the crowd just because everybody else is on somebody else's jock. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to be on their jock, just like I'm skeptical about Deshaun Watson. I'm going to be skeptical about Deshaun Watson. Hey, look here, 7 games is not enough for me, or however many it was. It was 7 games, I think, that he played last year. That's not enough for me to put him in the Hall of Fame. Okay, sorry if that rubs some of you guys the wrong way. That is not enough for me to put him in the Hall of Fame, like a lot of people are trying to do. Setting him up for the okie doke. Let's give it some time. First of all, let's see if he can be healthy. That's my main concern about Deshaun Watson. Can he stay healthy? So, yeah, I'm just not the type of person that's just going to ride the wave. I'm not going to ride the Deshaun Watson wave. I've talked about it. Hey, you can go look at the episode. I talk about Deshaun Watson and how it's not crazy to question his injury history. It's not crazy to do that. So I just, with Saquon, man. Okay, so I don't think that he'll be a bust. He won't be a bust. People think a bust, man. A bust is like Vernon Golston. Okay, a bust is Vernon Golston. Do you guys know that Vernon Golston didn't register a sack in his entire NFL career, which wasn't long? But for what he did at Ohio State, he didn't register a sack his entire career. Not one. He didn't register a sack for his entire career. And he was supposed to be a pass rushing god, a beast, a freak of nature. That's what he was. Workout warrior. Similar to Saquon Barkley. You saw what he did at the combine. So a bust is Vernon Golston. Now, the comparison that I'm going to make is I'm going to compare Saquon Barkley to Reggie Bush. I think Saquon Barkley is the 2017 Reggie Bush. Well, 2018 Reggie Bush, my bad. I think that his career would be more like Reggie Bush's than a Marshall Faulk, or I've even seen somewhere where somebody compared him to Barry Sanders, which I don't know what drug they were smoking. I mean, come on, you can't compare him. I mean, Barry Sanders is a damn god. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. But yeah, man, I think Saquon is going to be more like Reggie Bush, man. When you look at them and you look at their collegiate career, they're pretty much the same guy damn near. I mean, what did Reggie Bush do in school? You know, you guys remember how cold Reggie Bush was? Now, Reggie Bush was colder in college than Saquon Barkley was in college. But what was Reggie Bush? Reggie Bush was a home run hitter. That's what Reggie Bush was. He was a home run hitter. Whenever Reggie Bush got the ball, you just held your breath. Because you knew something was going to happen. Somebody was going to get shook. He was going to take it all the way. Like, you just knew something was going to happen. Like, he was that dominant in college. Like, he was a human cheat code, basically. He was a cheat code. He hit a lot of home runs. He hit a hell of a lot of them, okay? Similar to Saquon Barkley. Same way. Hit a lot of home runs. That game against Washington, home runs. That home run hit, the long-ass touchdown run, that's pretty much what he's been all season. He's a home run hitter. Catching the ball out the backfield, touchdown. Punt return, touchdown. Kick return, touchdown. That's what he is. He's a home run hitter. Similar to Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush did the same thing. Return kicks, return punts, home run hitter. Now, the grinded out guy for that team, for Reggie Bush's team, USC, back in the day was Lindell White. Like, Reggie Bush wasn't the grinded out guy. Reggie Bush was the home run hitter. We about to get his ball to Reggie, and he about to make something happen. He about to hit it out the park. Similar to Saquon Barkley. He's going to hit it out the park. If he's not really hitting it out the park, he's not really that effective. If he's not hitting it out the park, he's not that effective. Which is why I said, man, New York, trade down. Because you can get some of Saquon Barkley in another pick. Like a Sony Michel. Sony Michel can hit home runs too. I think Sony Michel is probably a better, like, pure running back. I know, well, Nick Chubb is for sure. I know I sound like a UGA homer, so what? I don't care. That's just the way I feel. I'm no homerism there. I'm just being honest. But yeah, man, you know, Saquon and Reggie Bush, they're similar to me, man. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that because Reggie Bush's career was not bad. Like, a lot of people look at Reggie Bush and think of him as a bust. I don't think Reggie Bush was a bust. Now, he didn't live up to expectations. He was so cold at USC. So cold, man. For y'all, I'm serious, man. For y'all who never saw Reggie Bush, never seen him, any women out there who maybe you guys not really into football like that, college football at least, go look at Reggie Bush's highlights on YouTube and then come back and tell me he wasn't cold as hell. Reggie Bush was ridiculous. Okay? He was ridiculous in college. But that ridiculousness didn't necessarily translate over to the NFL like people thought it would. Now, depending upon who you ask, some people say, well, it was the injuries, and Reggie Bush was snake bitten. He was snake bitten. I mean, he got injured a pretty good bit. He got injured. Some people will say that it was New Orleans. You know, New Orleans has been known for being, like, Sean Payton uses multiple running backs. So they don't necessarily just get a ball to one person and expect them to take them to the promised land. But all in all, Reggie Bush didn't live up to USC Reggie Bush. He wasn't the guy. He didn't produce on the same level in the pros like he did in college. So you have some people who label him as a bust. He only rushed for 1,000 yards in 2 seasons. One time with Detroit and one time with Miami. And even then, it was like 1,050 yards or something like that. Some really low total. But now what he did do with the Saints, hell, his rookie year, he caught 88 balls for 742 yards. Second year, 2007, caught 73 balls. So that's what Sean Payton did. He used him as a running back / receiver. That's what he was good at. And I think that's how Saquon Barkley is going to end up being. He's not going to be that guy. He's not going to be a Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley, hey man, here's the ball 30 times. Take me to the promised land. Give me the 33. Give me these 3 yards. Ezekiel Elliott, hey man, we about to get a ball to you 27 times this game. What you gonna do with it? Like, he's not gonna be one of those grinded out guys. He's not gonna be. I don't think that Saquon will ever be a workhorse back like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at his attempts. Like, I'm looking at his attempts right now from 2017. Let's see, Akron 14 attempts, 14 attempts, 10 attempts, 28 attempts against Iowa, 20 attempts against Indiana, 16 attempts against Northwestern, 15 attempts against Michigan, 21 attempts against Ohio State, 14 attempts, 14, 17, 16, 18. Like, he's not going to be that type of guy. He's just not. And, you know, I don't know if New York necessarily expects him to be that type of guy. By the way they paying him and the money that they're dishing out immediately. I mean, and being number 2 overall, I think that they expect him to be more than just a gadget guy. You know, they expect him to be more than a Christian McCaffrey. You know, split him out and have him run a zigzag route or something. So I think that they expect more from him. But the people who think that he's going to be just a, like a workhorse back, like a Le'Veon Bell. Like, you look at the running backs today, bro, they're really split off into 2 types of running backs. You got the grinded out backs. You got your workhorse backs like Todd Gurley, what's his name? Ezekiel Elliott, Leonard Fournette, those types of guys, right? You got those guys, David Johnson. You got those guys. And then you got your gadget guys, which I don't say gadget in a negative connotation. I'm not trying to say that negatively. But you got the guys like Darren Sproles, Jerick McKinnon for the 49ers, those types of guys, right? The Alvin Kamaras of the world. You got those types of running backs. You basically split off into 2 types. I think Saquon would be more of the gadget than a Le'Veon Bell, than a Leonard Fournette, than a David Johnson. And that's not bad. He'll be something similar to what Reggie Bush was when Reggie Bush was in the league. And that's not bad at all. I just think that people are overplaying him a little bit, and they're overhyping him, saying that he's a generational talent. When I think of generational talent, bro, I think of like Adrian Peterson. Like Adrian Peterson type of dude, man, he was ready to play pro football in high school. Like AD could have went from high school to the pros. Like, that's how good Adrian Peterson was. Calvin Johnson, I think of somebody like that. Julio Jones, like, that's generational talent right there. Like, when I think of that, Randy Moss, that's generational talent. Saquon Barkley, I don't look at him like that. And I'm not hating on him, bro. I think he'll be good. I think he will be good. He's going to come in this season. He's going to make some plays. He's going to take some screens. He may take 1 or 2 screens to the house. May have a couple jukes, couple highlights on NFL Network, ESPN, Sports Center, whatever. YouTube. Kind of like, what do you know? Reggie Bush. Just like Reggie Bush did. But I think we need to slow down on the praise. We need to slow down on the hype train with Saquon Barkley. I just think we need to slow down. Slow down. I just read you the attempts. 14, 14, 10, 28, 20, 16, 15, 21, 14, 14, 17, 16, 18. No, partner. And then on top of that, he really struggled against good competition. I mean, you look at these two games, Ohio State, Michigan State, which I would say out of all the games they played this year were the toughest. If I had to pick, as far as like the talent that they went up against, I mean, maybe you can throw, Washington's all right. Yeah. I don't, Pac-12, man. I'm looking at Ohio State, Michigan State. I know for a fact that they're going to send a lot of players to the NFL. Okay, Ohio State, we know what Ohio State Urban Meyer do. Okay, we already know what's going on with them. None pro players everywhere. Denzel Ward, Nick Bosa, all them boys. You know what I'm saying? He had 21 attempts for 44 yards against them. Now, he did have a touchdown. It was a rushing touchdown. And if I remember correctly, I think that was like, he had like a 20-yard run. So basically, he got the majority of his yards on one run, which was a touchdown. I give him that. But besides that, he didn't do anything. They shut him down. Michigan State, 14 attempts, 63 yards, 0 touchdowns. He had 3 receptions for 33 yards, no touchdowns. 4 receptions, 23 yards in the game against Ohio State. So this competition, okay, this is what he's going to go up against for 16 games in the NFL. That's what he's going to go up against. Like the Ohio States and the Michigan States, that's what he's going up against. Times 10 in the NFL. Okay, so he's going to have to prove that, man, he can go up against really good competition like that. Yeah, of course, yeah, you rush for 14 attempts, 172 yards against Akron. Sure. Okay. Oh, yeah, Pittsburgh, 14 for 88. Yeah, whatever. Iowa, 28 for 211. Sure. Okay. Ohio State, Michigan State. That's what he's going to go up against. And that's why I'm concerned. Now, we take it to a guy like Ezekiel Elliott. I can look at some of his stats from his collegiate career. Ezekiel Elliott grinded out, give him the ball 25 times. Zeke, eat Zeke. Or eat Zeke, eat. Whatever. Let's look at some of his stats. Let's go back to 2014. Let's look at that. Now, this is their, if I'm remembering correctly, I think this is their championship year. Okay, so the last 3 games against top competition now. This is top competition. Wisconsin, Alabama, Oregon. Okay. Ezekiel Elliott rushed for 20 yards. Not 20 yards. He got the ball 20 times. 220 yards, 2 touchdowns against Wisconsin. Okay. 20 attempts, 230 yards against Alabama. Alabama. All right. Nick Saban. The best coach ever, right? Ate him up. Oregon, 36 attempts, 246 yards, 4 touchdowns. Wrecked him. Absolutely wrecked him. Okay. My point is, and that's not to say that Ezekiel Elliott didn't have bad games. He had bad games, just like everybody has bad games. But did you guys notice the number of attempts against top competition? Now, that's top competition. That's top competition. You look at him as last year. Last game of the season, playoffs, or bowl game, whichever one you want to call it. 27 attempts, 149 yards against Notre Dame, 4 touchdowns. Notre Dame sends NFL players to the league. Against Michigan, 30 attempts, 214 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, my point is, man, with Saquon, I'm not trashing the guy. I'm not trashing him. I'm glad he got some money. I'm glad he getting paid. Whatever endorsement deals. You listen to him. When they beat Washington, that post game interview when he was talking about just being out there with his teammates, and he seems to be a very religious guy. I'm not saying that he's not going to be good. He just won't be what people think he's going to be. He's not going to be that. He's not Marshall Faulk. He's not going to be Barry Sanders. No. It's not happening. That's not happening, man. He's not going to be that. He's going to be Reggie Bush. I think that he projects to be more of a Reggie Bush. His career would be Reggie Bush. I don't look at him as I don't think Saquon will ever be a dominant running back. Now, hey, 2 years from now, if he happens to be a dominant running back, you can come back to this episode and leave comments and tell me how stupid I was. You can go ahead and do it. Hey, I have no problem eating some crow. No problem whatsoever. And like I said, man, I'm rooting for the brother. I'm always root for the brothers to get their money and to do well. I hope he does well. I hope he proves me wrong. To be honest. But I don't think it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I hope I win the lottery tomorrow. I hope I get $1 million tomorrow. It's not going to happen. You feel me? I can hope all day. I wish the best for him. But I just don't see him like that, man. I don't see him like that, man. What y'all think? Y'all think I'm crazy for thinking like that? Am I a hater? Am I a hater? Am I hating on Saquon Barkley, man? Am I hating on him, man? Pretty boy Saquon, pretty boy Barkley. Because he a pretty boy. He sure is. Oh, yes, sir. He's a pretty boy, man. I can see why he ain't got that many attempts. He ain't trying to touch the ball that many times, man. I'm just saying, bro, against Ohio State and against Michigan State, that's the type of stuff he going to go up against for 16 games. Like, what you going to do, you know what I'm saying, when, like, is Saquon Barkley going to be able to meet somebody like, a C.J. Mosley in the hole? Is he going to be able to do stuff like that? Like Aaron Donald, get smashed. Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh. J.J. Watt. Fletcher Cox out there in the NFC East, man. Like, he gonna have to bang, bro. He gonna have to bang. He has to show that he can bang with those guys. Like, you number 2 overall pick, bro. You gotta show me something. If he's not hitting home runs, he doesn't really do much. So he's gonna have to prove it, man. He's gonna have to prove it. He's going to have to prove it. And I think that ultimately I will be right about this. We've seen it before. We've seen guys like this. And his name is Reggie Bush. Saquon would be similar. Now, will Saquon have the injury problem that Reggie Bush had? Maybe not. Maybe he'll end up being what Reggie Bush was supposed to be. Who knows? Maybe that's what'll happen. Right? If Saquon doesn't have the injuries, a lot of people think, hey, Reggie Bush didn't get injured so damn much. His career could have been better. Maybe he could have had a Hall of Fame career or something. But I don't think that is that bad of a comparison, because Reggie Bush's career was not bad at all. Like I said earlier, man, a bust is Vernon Gholston. A bust is Jamarcus Russell. Those are busts. Reggie Bush wasn't a bust. Just like I don't think Saquon Barkley will be a bust. One thing I give Saquon Barkley, it looks like the guy's just going to work his ass off. And I appreciate people like that. He's going to work his tail off to be great. He's going to work his ass off to be great. I mean, you see him on Instagram, you see him work out. Hey, he's going to work his tail off. He's not going to be like Trent Richardson and be lazy. Okay? He's not going to be that guy. Which, I got to bring this up because I love bringing it up every time. I was one of the few people, just like I'm one of the few people now, talking about Saquon Barkley. I was one of the few people who wasn't buying Trent Richardson. My boy AC can vouch for it. He can vouch for it. Us watching that LSU game, I told him, I said, man, look here, Eddie Lacy will be a better running back than Trent Richardson. When everybody else was comparing Trent Richardson to Adrian Peterson, I said, man, what the hell is wrong with y'all? He's not going to be good. I don't get the hype around Trent Richardson. I was one of the few people in America to say that. One of the few. You know, I think Jim Brown said the same thing. So, you know, great minds think alike, I guess. So, similar situation. Everybody's on the Saquon Barkley hype train. I'm like, whoa. Hold up. Let's wait a minute. Now, I didn't think Trent Richardson was going to be anything, which I turned out to be right about that. I'm saying that Saquon Barkley will be something. He just won't be what everybody is projecting him to be. Like, I don't think that he's going to be that. He's not a generational talent to me. He's not that. He's not he's not an Adrian Peterson. He's not a Julio Jones. Like, I just don't think that I don't think that he will ever dominate the running back position. He will be very good. He will be good. He will be a good pass catcher. He's going to catch some passes. He's going to catch some screens. He's going to do all that. But I don't think that he will ever be a dominant running back. He will never be an Adrian Peterson dominant. LaDainian Tomlinson dominant running back. Like, just dominating the position. He'll never be that. But what he will be is he's gonna get you some decent catches. He's gonna get you some catches, gonna get you some screen plays. Hey, 3rd and 7, throw a screen. He's gonna get the first down. It's gonna make some people miss. You put him back there to return punts, return kicks. He gonna run a few of them back. He's gonna occasionally give you some long runs, just like Reggie Bush did. He's gonna give you some runs that's gonna make you say, "Oh, wow, the crowd," and all that. That's what he's gonna be. He's not gonna dominate the running back position. And I still say that Nick Chubb will be the best running back to come out that draft. I still say that. Now, I'm not in love with the position that the team that he went to, in part because they have a crowded backfield with Carlos Hyde and Duke Johnson, who they just paid, which, hey, what do you know? He's one of those running backs. Remember I said earlier, you have two types of running backs pretty much in the league. You got the workhorse running back, and you got the pass-catching running back. Well, Duke Johnson is a pass-catching running back. And I think Nick Chubb can be an all-around running back. I think that he will be the best running back to come out that draft. And no, it's not UGA homerism, man. I'll just get that out your mind. So, anyway, man, so my final thoughts, Saquon, I'm happy for him. I hope he does well, but I think we need to slow down. Okay? We need to slow down. We got a hype train on deck for Saquon. I mean, it's rolling. The hype train is rolling. And those stats I pointed out against Ohio State and Michigan State, man, remember that. Remember that. That's what he's going to see for 16 games all year. That's what he's going to see. That's what he has to go up against. So remember that, man. So I'm rooting for Saquon. I hope he does well. But I just don't think that he will project to be what everybody is expecting him to be, which is once, a generational talent, Hall of Famer, gonna go down as one of the best running backs ever. I don't see that. I just don't see it. So anyway, man, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Download, subscribe, like the episode, all that. Follow the Twitter handle. I'm on Twitter pretty much all the time. But just follow all the social media handles that I leave in the description. So I will talk to you guys on Friday, and be easy, and I will holler at you. Peace.